Hello there, you're watching Epicenter on CNN News 18. I'm Maha Siddiqui. It's been 2 days since there was a lapse in the Prime Minister's security. However, even as politics on the matter is on in full swing, no accountability has been fixed. Questions remain unanswered as to where the fault was and how it should be rectified. The Supreme Court is now hearing the matter. The Home Ministry has issued a show-cause notice to Punjab. The Punjab government has constituted its own inquiry. But the question is, with this kind of lapse, should heads have already rolled? That's the question we're asking on Epicenter this evening.
And News 18 accesses the video of Prime Minister Modi convoy from the 5th of June. Now you can see the protesters can be clearly seen in this video.
We can see in those visuals only the SPG of Prime Minister is seen protecting the Prime Minister, whereas the Punjab police personnel are nowhere near the cavalcade of Prime Minister. They are seen chit-chatting with those so-called protesters.
If you look at the entire sequence of events, Anusha, it's becoming increasingly clear what was the larger game plan.
This protest did not come up spontaneously as being claimed by the Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi. Even when I was coming to Firozpur from Jammu, I had to face several roadblocks set up by these farmers.
Joining us now on the show, Major RPS Malhotra, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, Yashwardhan Azad, former IPS officer, Shehzad Poonawalla, BJP spokesperson, Aman Pawar, Congress spokesperson, and Swapnil Kothari, senior lawyer. Aman Pawar, coming first to you. We've seen videos of Punjab cops negotiating with farmers to vacate the spot rather than getting the stretch cleared ASAP. Almost all security experts, former cops, say that this was a mistake. Would the Punjab government at least admit that this was a lapse and take action?
I think we have also seen videos where the BJP supporters and party workers were seen just next to the PM convoy. Nonetheless, obviously the PM's security route and his security is of paramount importance. And he's not just the Prime Minister of the BJP, he's the Prime Minister of the entire country. He's my Prime Minister too. However, if we come to the routes and the security planning of the Prime Minister, the final word rests with the SPG. And that is a known fact. By law, SPG controls the entire cavalcade, the security arrangements that are to be made, and the state police has to provide assistance. Now, what happened in this particular case was that the Prime Minister was to fly from Bhatinda to Faridkot, to Firozpur, but at the last moment, they decided to take the road route instead of the aerial route. Whereas when the cavalcade was even stopped at this point, and there was obviously these protesters, you know, the SPG suggested the Prime Minister that you can reach the spot by taking a helicopter route even from the spot where the cavalcade was stopped. However, as we have already seen, that the rally that was organized by the BJP, it had more than 70,000 chairs put up, hardly 700 people at the rally, and that's why the Prime Minister turned back, and now an entire fuss is being made about that.
I'll stop you there.
No, please,
I'll come back to you.
Let me complete.
I'll come back to you because you've made several points. 1 second. Let's take each point one by one, Aman. You have made a point about the state police providing assistance to the SPG. You have spoken about the road clearing being done by the state police. Of course, that is the question I asked you. That clearing has to be done by state police. The SPG will not do it, Aman.
Let me answer that. Let me answer that. In September 2017 in Varanasi, when the Prime Minister was in Varanasi, his cavalcade was stopped by a group of more than 500 women who were protesting for sexual assault that was happening in the state of UP against women. The Prime Minister met them. No hue and cry was made. The Prime Minister did not return back and said, Yogi ji, main wapas zinda aa gaya. ऐसी कोई
All
स्टेटमेंट
right.
नहीं आई उस
Let me
समय
go
पे।
across to Shehzad
2018
Poonawalla
में
since
मेरे को
you've
पूरी
made
बात
that
करने
point.
दीजिए।
You've made
मेरे
that
को पूरी
point.
बात
I
करने दीजिए।
have other guests
2018
as well,
में
Aman. I will come back to you. Don't worry.
Similar situation
I'll
happened
come
in
back
Delhi.
to you.
No
Shehzad
such
Poonawalla,
statement was
has
made.
politics over the issue
Extremely
overshadowed the
unfortunate.
most important
Extremely
aspect here?
unfortunate that the
I'll come
Prime
back to you,
Minister is
Aman.
demeaning his office by
I
making
will
such
come back to you,
statements.
Aman. Don't worry. I'll come back to you. We have ample time. Shehzad, do you think that the politics over this issue has overshadowed the most important aspect over here, and that is accountability for this lapse? Hasn't that suffered as one political party hits out at the other when this actually should be a bipartisan issue because it is related to one of the highest offices in the country?
Thank you, Maha, and I hope you'll allow me to answer your question and the 3 points made by Aman. And let me answer yours first. Maha, if this was becoming a politicized issue, I think the Supreme Court would not feel that this is the rarest of the rare case where it had to intervene urgently and had to direct the state government to allow the central forces, central agencies to also be involved in this entire matter. So I think, yes, of course, some people are politicizing it. The likes of Harish Rawat, whose video, whose bite I saw on CNN News 18 saying, "Bum to phat nahi gaya." The likes of Sidhu, who said ye drama kar rahe hain. Meanwhile, people like Manish Tiwari, who put national interest above parivarik interest, have rightly said that yes, when the Prime Minister is kept 15 kilometers away from the border of Pakistan and is made to be a sitting duck on the flyover, that is a threat. And Mr. Channi may or may not accept it. And how can we believe a probe by Mr. Channi when he says ye kudrati hai, there was no threat? So I think clearly, yes, Congress party, certain leaders like Mr. Srinivas, like Mr. Sidhu have politicized it. But having said that, let me cover the 3 points. Madam, you have Yashovardhan Azad, one of the foremost people on security affairs. He comes on so many television shows and gives his insights also. The final clearance of any route lies with the DGP of the state and the state police. The DGP cleared that yes, go ahead, you can take this route. Why did he give the clearance if there was obstruction on the route? CNN News 18 showed 4 intelligence letters given by Punjab police to the Punjab authorities that saying that please make alternative arrangement in view of the climate. Secondly, 1 lakh people are coming. This has been said in their own letter to the state government. Thirdly, they said that there are some protesters, so-called protesters who might reach Firozpur. Please stop them before Firozpur. Today, CNN News 18 has shown so many videos where the videos you can see the Punjab police is either sipping tea or either it is doing gappa instead of making sure that the proximate area is covered by the SPG. But the other crowd management, the route clearance that should be done, the sanitization, whether it is BJP Karyakarta, anybody XYZ should be done by the police.
Okay.
But they were failing in that duty.
All
And
right.
point number 4,
Okay.
whoever says, one last point, ma'am, I'll complete in 10 seconds, one last point. Whoever says there's no threat, madam, I'm showing you a news report of Amar Ujala. Just in the same district of Firozpur, there has been a Pakistani boat found. In Moga, the terrorist bid has been foiled today. You can see the kind of threats that are emanating even in Nagpur and other areas. The Prime Minister's situation being compared to Varanasi, there were no tiffin bombs being dropped by
All
drones.
right, okay.
Varanasi is
So
not
you
10
made your
kilometers
4
away from the
points.
border of Pakistan where
Okay,
they have
Shehzad,
heavy
I'll stop you
artillery.
there. I'll stop you there.
Yes.
Major Malhotra, is this matter, and I'm asking this question again, being politicized whereas it shouldn't because it's a serious matter related to security?
Well, Maha, there's no doubt that the security of the Prime Minister is paramount. He's the head of our state, and his security should not be politicized. It should not be compromised. And the way it has happened in Punjab, I think this has a lot to do with the lackadaisical approach of the Channi government. They have failed to ensure Punjab's safety and security earlier also, and this is the 3rd time that it has happened. Having said that, I think there is more to it than what meets the eye. We have to look at it from the political angle also, because our Pradhan Sevak has himself politicized it. Nobody, rather everybody agrees that having spent crores of rupees and having tried everything, giving 1,000 rupees per person, food and beverages and AC buses, even despite all this, they could not manage a respectable crowd over there. It was just around 5,000, whereas they had claimed to gather around 5 lakh people over there. So BJP needed a face-saving escape from there.
All right, so you're making a similar point that Aman Pawar also made. Okay.
Let me finish,
Okay,
please.
quickly, sir.
Yeah, the innocent farmers who had suffered for more than a year at the hands of the BJP government, they were simply protesting with the flags, green flags and their naras. And that gave an excuse to the Prime Minister, and he has so badly
So
politicized it.
I will ask that question to Yashwardhan Azad, because sir, when a Prime Minister's cavalcade is in movement, do you have the time to judge who is there and whether it's a threat or not, the crowd that has gathered? That's a very important point. That judgment needs to be made very quickly, and sometimes that judgment call, cannot be taken by those people on the ground. Yashwardhan Azad, it's been 48 hours, sir. I don't suggest that officers be crucified over allegations, but some accountability needs to be maintained, isn't it, sir? Isn't it setting a bad precedence when, even for the police force, that lapses will be tolerated?
Well, I've already said on your channel yesterday that there were two glaring lapses. There's a difference in Varanasi and there's a difference in a border town when the place of incident is just 15 kilometers away from our Indo-Pak border. And therefore, exposure of 20 minutes of the Prime Minister just by his sitting inside his bulletproof car for protection and the last frontier of security, as they call the SPG, is very, very grave. There's no doubt about it. Irrespective of the political grandstanding from both sides, I respect the political statements made, but as the question you asked, the cavalcade of the Prime Minister cannot be stopped for 20 seconds, forget 20 minutes. And the second point, which you rightly said right in the beginning, was that the police officers failed to exercise their duties by negotiating with the protesters. At a time like this, they should have understood the gravity of the situation. As per the protocol, as per the rules, procedures, blue book, they were supposed to clear that immediately. And the last point which I want to mention is the overall responsibility, as correctly stated by a co-panelist, belongs to the state government, because the state government knows the rules, state government knows the arrangements. The law and order is also the responsibility of the state. The SPG only takes care of the proximity, and that is when in a confrontation area, where the evacuation should be, where the safe houses should be, and how the Prime Minister should be kept away from the danger.
Yashwardhan Azad, correct me, sir, if I'm wrong, but the SPG also takes a look at the alternative routes to be taken in case there is a requirement. And in this case, there was a requirement because of the weather. The Prime Minister couldn't fly. Where does that responsibility lie? Who takes responsibility for that?
There's an ASL meeting, as already stated, and this was done 2 days back, that the state authorities were there, the central agencies were there, the SPG was there, and it was already decided that if the weather is bad, and this is always taken, a contingency route is planned, and this route was already decided. In fact, after that, the exercises was already done, the rehearsals were already done. There were 10 SPs appointed along the route, and that stretch was the responsibility of SP Moga.
All right, so that point has been clarified there by Yashwardhan Azad. Let me go across now to Swapnil Kothari. Do you think, sir, that with so much politics over the issue now, the only way out is a Supreme Court monitored investigation?
Maha, you've hit the nail on the head. There's no doubt about it. It's an absolute shame that the highest court of the land has to look into something which is so basic in a democracy, that the highest political office needs to be looked at and looked after by the state in which he is traveling. Mr. Channi's government has failed absolutely, and from what all the reports that are coming out, including a secret communique, which clearly mentioned that on January 5, there could be a possible Gherav, and the fact that the Prime Minister is facing some sort of a threat from several terrorist organizations like SIMI, etc., including the Khalistan Front, including some political outfit based in Pakistan, clearly indicates that the government seemed to look the other way. Now, whether it did so deliberately or not, that is something for the court to decide as and when it reaches the court, and I think you and I both know the answer to that. It is very clear that the Supreme Court has directed the Punjab and Haryana government to give straight to seize the records, the Registrar General to seize the records of the security measures. Now, why is that specific direction given by the court? So that those are not destroyed and the truth is not buried. Now, according to me, the first head that needs to roll is that of the Punjab and Haryana government. It is under Article 356 of the Constitution the presidential rule should be immediately established because that government has failed to perform its duties in accordance with the constitution because they're not able to protect the highest political functionary when he is traveling through your state. It is all very fair to blame the state government police here and there, and those inquiries will take their own route. But to me, it's the government which is most primary to blame. This is nothing but an act of sedition. It is because there is a Khalistani movement that is afoot. And God forbid, I hope this is not a precursor, Maha, to something which is more sinister afoot.
I'll interrupt you there because you've made certain very serious observations here, and I want to go back to Yashowardhan Azad before I go to the political panelists here. Yashowardhan Azad, it's been mentioned by Swapnil Kothari that there was communication that there could be protests, and we've seen that. We had it on our channel as well, that there was communication that protests could take place. Under these circumstances, sir, I want to ask you a question. Was a road route even safe for the Prime Minister? Should it have been should it have been avoided in the first place?
Ma, very good question. But as rightly, your channel has said so many things rightly about the expected demonstrations and things like that. In every case, what happens is that the central agencies give their intelligence assessment and the state police. And there's no rocket science that both of them knew that the Kisan agitators would be protesting all over. If they wouldn't have come on the route, they would have come during the rally. That is the public rally which the PM was addressing.
Yes.
Now, the question is, there are many instances of this kind which happen, and the PM gets this information, but the PM likes to go to those particular places because the PM is allowed to visit these places.
But can the SPG overrule the Prime Minister, the protectee?
Yeah, I'm just coming to that. Now, the job of the intelligence agencies is to give the threat perception. The job of the SPG is to alert the protectee about these, but the ultimate here belongs to the chief executive. He says, yes, this is my country and I'd like to visit, and it has happened so many times. So the ultimate here lies with the chief, and if he says, yes, I will go, then it is incumbent upon the SPG and the EA to make arrangements. Now, at the last analysis, if the state says, well, I'm unable to give you the kind of security which is of a PM level, then it is up to the SPG to again inform the Prime Minister, well, this is what the state government is saying. Do we go ahead? And we strongly advise you that under the circumstances, we will not go. But in this case, the clearance was given for the load travel.
Okay. So, Aman Pawar, would you then say that let there be a court-monitored investigation and let the truth come out? Will the Congress government in Punjab be amenable to that idea?
See, Maha, in the Supreme Court today, our Advocate General had very categorically stated that we are all open to a free and fair probe, and if the Supreme Court wants to hand over this investigation to an independent agency, we are completely willing to do that. The only objection we took was that the central government, which is now making this into a huge political issue, see, the reality is, of course, there was a security lapse. We constituted an inquiry. We have lodged an FIR. But these people who were protesting, they were protesting peacefully. It was not that stones were hurled or there was any kind of violence. Though there was a security lapse, it should not have been given the color that the Prime Minister's life was under threat. Come on, I mean, this is huge. This is too big a spin to give this to this incident. But when we told the Supreme Court agreed. It withdrew the investigation that the Punjab government was doing. At the same time, it also withdrew the investigation by that was under the 3-member panel constituted by the Union Home Ministry, and has now told the Registrar General of the Punjab and Haryana High Court to take under it all the records of the PM security arrangement. And we are very hopeful and we are very happy with this decision of the Supreme Court, because this, unnecessary political spin that the BJP is trying to give, that there was threat to the Prime Minister's life, will now be uncovered under the Supreme Court monitored investigation.
Shehzad,
we welcome this decision.
Shehzad, I want to come to you. Today, Navjot Singh Sidhu, who is known to critique his own party and his own Chief Minister as well, has backed him, suggesting that it's in poor taste and damaging to Punjab that they be time and again linked to Khalistanis. How do you respond to that?
Maha, for a party that has lost two prime ministers, one was a serving prime minister and one was not the prime minister when he lost his life, for them to say this, tomorrow if we say that yes, LTT killed Rajiv Gandhi and we all condemn it and there's no ifs and buts in it, are we trying to condemn Tamilian people? Are we trying to blame Tamilian people when we say that LTT killed Rajiv Gandhi? This kind of argument should not be made. Here you have Mr. Azad, one of the foremost minds in security, saying that even a 20-second stop at a place which is 15 kilometers, forget Mr. Azad, chalo, forget Shehzad Poonawala, forget Smriti Irani. Please ask Manish Tiwari, who lost his father to terrorism. He said today to your channel, I think your Hindi channel, that you cannot have the Prime Minister at that point because Pakistan has the artillery to take out a lot of things from that distance. Apart from that, because of the great governance by Mr. Channi, you have every second day a drone coming and dropping a tiffin bomb. You have terrorists being found in Moga or elsewhere. You have Pakistani boats being found in Firozpur. You have a situation when Mr. Sadhu is cursing the Home Minister of Punjab because one day Beadbi takes place, second day lynching takes place, third day Ludhiana blast takes place. They don't have any faith on their own paraphernalia to secure their state, and they are saying we should have trust on them, and the trust with the people of Punjab and Punjabi Kisan is there. But we did not sign up, SPG did not sign up for Prime Minister to be made a sitting duck 15 kilometers away from the border for 20 minutes. That is not part of the SPG Act, and the SPG Act begins by saying what is the role of the SPG and what is the role of the police of Punjab.
That they are not linking Punjab with Khalistanis. They are saying that anything could have happened because this is a border state. Sir, I think your audio is muted.
Maha,
yes.
Come in for 10 seconds, please.
Go ahead.
See, Maha very rightly pointed out by Shehzad Poonawala and other panelists that the Prime Minister's convoy should not have been allowed to be halted for 15 minutes on that flyover. Now, this is my question. Why did the SPG not take a U-turn the moment they saw that there is an obstruction? Here is a photograph where the Prime Minister is sitting clear in the line, and the line was cleared, I don't know, for cameras or what, because the SPG protectees around the Prime Minister are not even guarding him. There could be any direct strike that could have been made to the Prime Minister's car. The question that needs to be asked to the SPG, because SPG was controlling the convoy, the moment there was an obstruction, why did the convoy not move back? Why did you stop there for theatrics? And why did the BJP, which completely failed in organizing a rally, now trying to give it a political spin that there was threat to the life of the Prime Minister? Why did the SPG allow the Prime Minister convoy to be there for 15 minutes? You could have just taken a U-turn and gone back.
Yashovardhan Azad, I think you made the point yesterday, but clarify that point again.
See, I think Shehzad has made his point so forcefully, giving every aspect of it. On this, let me say, I mean, the SPG is well aware that he cannot be at that particular point. The entry and the exits were blocked. At that point, there was no space even to go back. Obviously, they will know when all these can.
Correspondent has.
All right. Just a second. Major Malhotra, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
The question I wanted to ask you was about what Shehzad said, that the question is not being raised about the protesters. They are not being linked to Khalistanis. The question is that the Prime Minister was in a border state.
Well, Mahad, I feel, though, yes, we cannot say that there was absolutely no risk to the Prime Minister. But the locations where he was to hold his rally, I think that location was already a identified location, an exposed location. And the location of Hussaini Wala, where he was supposed to visit, that was also an exposed location. And at both these locations, he would have spent much more time than he spent at that random location, which was not known to anyone. So threat at those locations would have been much more.
But sir, these locations are secured, right? These locations are secured by the security paraphernalia.
You cannot secure anything. Aerially, you cannot secure anything. So that threat was always there. And how beautiful it would have been had he gone to the farmers who were protesting and asked them, what is your problem? I'm here to solve those problems. But instead, he decided to raise this bogey of terrorism.
All right. We will have to leave it at that, sir. We'll have to leave it at that. So while politics continues, unfortunately, we haven't seen fixing of responsibility, and that question still remains. Many thanks to all our panelists for joining us here on this discussion. Taking a very quick break now.